Hello again, and back in the workshop. Following on from a fairly successful run at Pembury with the Britannia, I thought I'd just turn my attention to probably the last thing I want to do to it, more or less, and that is looking at the blast nozzle. So she made steam well enough to keep going, but I had to keep blowing all the time. There is an issue that I knew I would have to look at some point. Let me just show you what it is. So I've put a lamp in the smoke box, just lighten things up to show it more clearly. But if you go directly over the chimney, the blast pipe is not in the middle. So I just need to ease it over that way a little bit to line it up. Now I had a few ideas on how to do this. I could either get a bar in there and push it over, maybe put some wood across the side to push against. I did worry that I'm then pushing against the smoke box. I also considered making a rod that comes down from above and pulling it over, but limited to how much space you've got through the chimney. And what I've decided to try and do is the extension piece I made in the middle there, to raise it up, raise the blast nozzle up a bit. If I mark which side it goes tight, and then put a cut through it most of the way, lean it over and solder it up. Also lean it over with it looking down the blast pipe at the same time, then we should be pointing at the centre of the chimney again. So we'll give that a go. So my first stage will be to mark the side of this piece in the middle, and then I can unscrew it, cut most of the way through, put it back on and bend it over and see if it leans far enough over to point out the chimney. If it does, then I'll solder it up. If it doesn't, then I'll cut a bit more out, make it into more of a V shape and go again. So my method of marking the side of the pipe will be using a file. Just gently file that edge, and that should give me a vertical line to which I can use once I've taken it out. Since I still haven't got a proper bench set up and a vise, I've used the lathe as a chuck vise to hold it. I've started to cut the line. You can see there the clean line on top where I filed it. Started to cut through, but I'm going to just spin it in the lathe and clean up the outside to get rid of the muck from the smoke box. Then finish cutting most of the way through, and then I can tweak it. Having cut most of the way through, I then just gave it a tap with a soft hammer to close up the gap, and we'll see what sort of angle that's put on it. As you can see straight away, that is a lot better. I'll just give it a tiny little bit more, and then we'll solder it up. So I'm sure many will be familiar with this Rothenberger torch, which I'm going to use for the soldering of this blast pipe. However, something I recently got hold of, so this goes onto a MAP gas bottle, but something I recently got, birthday present I believe, was an extension hose. So you can hang the MAP gas on your belt, in your pocket, on the side of the machine, wherever. And it means you're just holding this, and you're not having to hold a big heavy gas bottle as well. So this is what I will use for the soldering. I have in the past been asked for a demonstration on soldering. My intention with these videos was more to show the theory behind how I thought about doing things and the way I went about doing things, rather than the ins and outs of exactly how to do it. However, I've been asked, so I will do it. I'm going to try and set my phone up in some way to record this. My stand for the light is broken again, so I'll see how I can rig it up and find a way to record this for you.
Before we start, I will put some flux, which I've mixed into a paste. It's a bit on the watery side, this one, but that'll go into the joint nicely. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the previous video, but I was going to use the clamp, but I thought it might drag a bit too much heat out of it, and to be honest, I can't see this moving anyway. So, generally try and go a bit cooler to begin with, just until, a bit much there. Let the water boil out of the flux. And then turn it up. Otherwise the water runs away too quickly with the flux. Now, I don't know if you can see, because they're separate pieces, that bit is a lot hotter than this bit, because the nozzle's still attached. It's dragging the heat away. Now we're up to temperature. Won't take much just to feed it in and make sure it stays there. There we go. Hopefully that will be a nice joint. We'll just take a little look. Yep, it's run all the way around. Should be good.
So I've given it a little bit of a clean up, put it in, and that looks a lot better than it was. So we'll give that a try. And there she is, all buttoned up. I've got a bit of cleaning to do, but in general, she's ready to go. I will, of course, let you know how she runs next time out, which will hopefully be tomorrow. So, as I say, tomorrow's our next outing, hopefully. Visit to the Beechhurst Society. And we'll see how she goes. Hopefully, successful run. If so, that marks the end of my journey with this engine for the time being. I'll be running her every now and again, but until something breaks, that's it. I've got a bit of touching up in the paint to do, but that's by the by. So what's next? The little diesel down there. Last time out for her, she stopped working. I only really use it for the girls, but they're pestering me at the moment that it's not running again. So that needs to come out and be sorted. It just lost all power. It still had plenty of battery, but the power died. We turned the switch, it did nothing. The horn still worked, so it still had power, but the drive was gone. So we'll investigate that, and then after that it'll be, after stroke alongside that, we'll get back on the pom-pom and get her back together. So yeah, coming along. But for now, thanks for watching. Been a pleasure as always, and I will see you soon. I'll hopefully do another video, tell you how the brick gets on tomorrow. But thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, share, tell your friends to subscribe. I'm so close to 900 at the moment. It's unreal. If I can get to 1,000, that would be incredible. I would love to get to 1,000. There's a few little, I might be able to start receiving something from YouTube if I get to 1,000, but who knows? We'll see. So yes, please do like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see, would have done differently. Why, if you want to know why I did something the way I did it, just remember, the way I'm doing it isn't the only way to do things. It's not necessarily the best way to do things, but it's the best way for me with my machinery and my equipment and what I've got available at the time. So yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching.